But there's this simple hack which I'm going to reveal to you today. This shit works, and I have seen this working many times and identify these 4 buckets. Now, here comes the fun exercise of actually building inventory. आज का वीडियो काफ़ी स्पेशल होने वाला है because every time I keep getting these questions from my teams, colleagues, friends कि अनीस यार तू कैसा ये सब कर लेता है, पॉडकास्ट रन करता है, वीडियोस बनाता है, इंस्टाग्राम पे है, ट्रैवल करता है, इतना बिजी रहता है, फिर भी अपने पैशन को, अपने काम को तू टाइम दे सकता है. एंड ये मेरा एक पर्सनल हैक मैं आज आपको शेयर करने वाला हूँ. एंड आई होप you will be able to stick around this entire video because I can tell you I have used this personal hack time and again to ensure that whatever I want to do in life, whether it is around health, personal life, passion, family, relationships, friends, hobbies, everything, I've been able to go ahead and conquer them or able to manage them effectively by ensuring that I have been able to manage my time and manage my time effectively. And this one of the hacks, I am going to release my course around time management and how I do it effectively to ensure that I live my life to my best and to the levels which I want to live. I will be releasing that course soon, so you look forward to it. But to give you a quick prelude to that entire course to help you get better at what you do and ensure that you're able to achieve all your goals which you have in your personal and professional life. But before we go into that hack, I just want to give you a little bit context about me. I work as an executive vice president at an AI and analytics firm where my job requires me to travel globally, be on the road, meeting customers, working with our teams to come up with these new innovations and new products. So that's my 9 to 12 hours a day of effort which I have to put in to ensure that I get food on the table and I am able to manage all the other passions which are there. So that's one big aspect of my life. But then there is other aspect of my life, which is my family and my personal aspect. So what does that mean? I'm married. I have 2 children, 2 young boys who are growing, who require my time. I also have to spend time with my wife, whom I really love. Then I have my mother, I have my brother, his family, and my sister, her family, and we have a long-standing family relationship. So how do you be along with that? So that's my personal family space. Then it's my fitness and my health. I ensure that I spend every day time on my health, whether it's about getting into a gym or going for a walk or practicing meditation or mindfulness practices, and ensuring that there are many other such things which ensure that help me get aligned to my personal fitness goals, whether it is around being healthy, spiritually, mentally, and more importantly, physically. So that's the fitness or the personal body, I would say, mind and body time which I have to put in every day. The third thing is my podcast, which is called Masters Decoded, where I spend a lot of time and energy on interviewing guests, doing a lot of research about the guests, working with my team to ensure that they are able to get the right amount of guests, and also enabling them to be effective to get the right quality guests, and also taking care of the post-production piece which my team takes care of, but also I have to pay attention whether they are editing it right or the quality of the video is right and the messaging for the podcast is accurate or not. The fourth thing is around my other passions, whether I write blogs, I create short videos for my YouTube channel or for the Instagram. So that's the fourth aspect. And fifth, but not the least, is all the other hobbies, whether it's about writing, whether it's about painting or any of those. So my life is full of adventure. My life is full of things which I keep doing on a daily basis. And people get amazed on how I'm able to manage all of this. So that's my personal life, right? To just set the context. Now, how do I enable that? Yes, there are many things which I have done over the years, which I'm going to reveal in my course. But there's this simple hack which I'm going to reveal to you today, which enables me to, and I have tested this with many people in my company, with my friends, and I have touched about 10,000 people, and I can tell you this piece works. This shit works. And I have seen this working many times, and people have doing the simple exercise, doing the simple hack on a monthly basis, weekly or quarterly basis, where people are evaluating their goals or their monthly goals. They've been able to test this and use this hack or use this tool to really get an aha moment, like WTF moment, कि ये यार क्या मैं कर रहा हूँ, मेरी लाइफ के साथ क्या हो रहा है, why cannot control my time, and that's where they get these aha moments. उनको पता चलता है कि कहाँ पे टाइम डालना चाहिए, कहाँ पे नहीं टाइम डालना चाहिए. So let's get on with this and let's try to show you this simple hack, and without much further ado, this is what I call a time inventory hack. In business terms, inventory, we always do inventory of our work. We always do inventory of, the goods we have, whether it's raw goods or finished goods. So same way, on a weekly basis, you can actually conduct a time inventory exercise. And this is one of the key pieces which I recommend to many folks before they go and onboard anything or try to fix anything. I recommend first go ahead and fix this time inventory. Now, the first exercise of time inventory is to catalog the piece, and this is what I'm going to cover today. And what I mean by that is there are various things which you need to catalog. Now, these will be, like I said, there will be personal life, there will be professional life, there will be your passion programs, and there will be other things which you would like to focus on, whether these are hobbies or other activities or personal developments which you would like to undertake. So this will come all in your other. So these are the 4 broad buckets which you have to think about when you are looking at building a time inventory. Once you identify these 4 buckets, now here comes the fun exercise of actually building inventory. And I would highly recommend this should be repeated every quarter or once a year, so that it allows you to understand where things are, and if you have any new habit or any new practices which you want to develop, this exercise or tool will help you on a frequent basis. So before we go ahead and talk about all the 4 areas which I shared in the piece, there are some basic things which we need to take care of, and I would recommend let's get them out of the way. Those are the must-haves which we can't compromise, and which we shouldn't compromise on a daily basis. So that first piece is sleep. And science, and typically people talk about, hey, you need to sleep between 6 to 8 hours. Best guess, if I take an average, it is 7 hours of sleep. All right, 7 hours of sleep, good. Second is, let's say you focus on eating. I would say you have 3 meals a day. If you're doing intermittent fasting like me, you would typically do 2 meals a day. So let's say you dedicate an hour. You're with me? All right. Third is you need to freshen up on a daily basis, whether it's cleaning yourself, and I will not get into that details, but let's say you dedicate an hour on a daily basis, which also includes you need to get ready every day or need to fresh up to ensure that you look your best before going to work or meeting friends or any other activities you want to undertake. The fourth piece, which is work, you may be dedicating 9 hours, which across the world, हर company यही बोलती है कि बॉस मुझे 9 घंटा. Typically it is 8 hours, but I am capturing 9 hours. All right? So 9 hours here. If you're really working hard, you can put in 10 or 12 hours. Now, if you really start summing this up, so this is now 8 plus 9 plus 9 is 18 hours. You with me? All right. Now, if you are a married person like me, or if you stay with your family, you stay with your parents, and if you have a larger family, you say, I dedicate family time 1 hour a day. Okay, I know it will be difficult to measure this, but I'll recommend that every day, if you can keep a track, somebody will call you a freak when you're doing this. But my recommendation is go ahead and undertake this exercise and understand how much time you've put in on your calendar, or how much time you've put in on a daily basis. How much time have you taken on? So it's family time, let's say it's 1 hour. Now you have completed 19 hours now in a day where you're dedicating time. Let's say if you're traveling for work, which requires you to spend 2 hours, which will now make it to 21 hours. But if you take a step back now, I'm finding it difficult to add more stuff here. If I am living a work, family, and a personal time piece which I have got around this. And I still can't think about, okay, where does the 3 hours go? Okay, because in a day there is 24 hours. So let's say, where do these 3 hours go? Somebody will say, you know what, Anis, I like to watch Netflix. I like to take my time off because I'm working hard. I spend a lot of time and energy on a daily basis and I want to unwind. So let's say there is an unwind time, which is still 1 hour. Now that is still takes, you still have 22 and you've spent 22 hours, you still have 2 hours. Now, when I did this exercise on my own, as an example, you can see I'm still finding it difficult. Okay, where does this 2 hours go? What am I doing on these 2 hours? And this exercise will give you a lot of aha moments. Now, the best part of all of this is that we are talking about work day here. What about weekends? So now, if you take this exercise and extrapolate it on a monthly, extrapolate this on a weekly basis. So let's say if you have to do this on a week perspective, as we said, the first piece is sleep. So you'll be sleeping 49 hours. Let's say somebody tells you, Anis, I sleep a little bit more on the weekend. So let's say make this 50. 2. Okay, you spend 1.5 hours, 8.5 hours of sleep. You freshen up, which is 7 times a week, which is 7 hours. So this is not 49. You then go ahead and spend time on meals, which we discussed earlier. It was 1 hour per day, which is 7 hours per week. Family time, let's say on weekends you will be spending more. I say 3 hours per Saturday and Sunday. So let's say 6 hours and then 5 hours in the week, which makes it almost 11 hours. Work, we can't forget, because that's a weekday activity, which is 9 into 5, which is 45 hours. And let's say unwind, which was the other piece. Now, unwind is, we discussed every day 1 hour, so 5 hours. And let's say on the weekend, you're spending 2 hours, so 4 hours on the weekend and 5 hours on a weekday, which is almost 9 hours. One thing we forgot, like me, we also spend time on our health. Okay, so let's say if you're exercising 5 times a week, which will be 5 hours, and let's say on the weekend you are spending about 45 minutes an hour, let's capture an hour, it will be 7 hours a week. So now when you start looking at all of this and you say, okay, this is what you're spending time on. So 52 plus 7, 9, 59, 60, 66, 66 plus 11 is 77, 59, 77 plus 45 is 110, and 122, 133, 131 and 138. Now, can somebody tell me how much is in a week, how many hours we have? It's actually 168 hours. Now, somebody can tell me if my calculations were right or wrong. Even if they're wrong, let's say we round it off to 140. What happens to these 28 hours? And with that, I would love to leave you with this thought today. I would recommend, please do this exercise and tell me how and what did you achieve or what did you come across as a big revelation of through this exercise, which for me has been a big revelation. Hey, I have these 28 hours, and let me tell you, this video recording took me about 20 minutes, close to 20 minutes to plan and put all of my cameras in. So even if I take one video off for 20 minutes, I still have 27.4 hours left. What will I do with that? Something for you to ponder and come back and let me know how did you feel. And if you feel that you want to subscribe to my course, which is going to come about how do you amplify your life, do send me an email or subscribe to my newsletter on my website, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos.